Hi and welcome, legends. Nice dumpy action here from the price of Bitcoin. What is going on? Are we going to $10,000? These are the comments that I'm reading. We're going back to $10,000. People see red and they absolutely freak out. Let's analyze the situation here together. Let me just switch myself on. Everyone see me? Right. What is happening with the price of Bitcoin? We'll analyze it in a moment. First, hello Irina, welcome. Glad to see you. Alan Clark, always good evening. Welcome. Valerie or Valeria. Hello Devil, how are you? I'm absolutely fantastic. Another late stream here from me. I will try and do a stream earlier tomorrow. Okay, I'm not sure what time suits everyone best. So maybe drop down in the comments for, let's just get a feel for it. What time does a live stream suit you guys best? Okay, and let's make it Central European time. Okay, love you Devil. Thanks so much, Mian. Nicola. Hello, Devold. Welcome. What is happening over here? Are you freaked out? Did you get liquidated? Did you apply good risk management? Can we recover from where we are right now? Okay, these are the questions that need answers. Right, I am seeing something good over here. Okay, let's dive right into it. Let me switch myself on. This time is perfect. Kids in bed, Belgium. Yes, my child's also in bed right now, so nice and quiet in the house, but now I'm keeping them awake with my live stream. Let's do this. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is an absolute dirty kitchen here at the moment. I like to keep my charts clean, but as you can see, I have been extremely busy analyzing the crap out of Bitcoin. Where can we go? What am I seeing from an Elliot wave perspective? Can we still find bullish momentum to the upside, or have we completely lost it? Okay, are we going down to $60,000? Right. So the one glimmer of hope that I'm seeing at the moment, which I'll share with you guys now, is that this level where we are right now has to hold. It just has to hold. If it doesn't hold, we're going to see much lower prices. Okay, so I'm also considering funding rates are negative. We have a full moon in effect. We have lots of bullish news in the market at the moment. And was this just a little scare here to the downside to grab some liquidity for momentum here to the upside? What is happening over here? Okay. Some of my swing trades also got stopped out, but I re-entered some positions at better prices, so quite happy about that. I also took a long here on Bitcoin. Let me clean up the chart so it's not intimidating, and let me try and make sense of what is going on here. Let's switch off some stuff. Okay, I can take that out. What was I trying to measure here? The fifth wave, can take this out. Okay, now this looks better. Okay, now everyone understands what is going on. Yes, smash up the like button. Thanks, Grace or Gracia. Not sure if that's how I pronounce your name. Smash up the like, show some love. Let's get the word spreading. The more you smash the like button, the more YouTube recommends it to new people to come and join the channel. Let's share the alpha here. As always, I love educating, so let's get educated and see what is happening over here. Right, I'm here on the 15-minute time frame. Let's just zoom out a little bit. Okay, let's just zoom out. I want to show you guys what I am currently looking at. Okay, so this morning during my update, I spoke about us still having a bullish chance because we have so many candles outside of the trend, and that's usually a bullish sign. Okay, expecting that explosion here to the upside. It was also in alignment with a leading diagonal from an Elliot wave perspective, where you have a leading diagonal, okay, something like this. And for most traders, it's also seen as a bearish pattern. You have a pennant to the upside that's going to break down, which is exactly what happened right now. Okay, but in Elliott wave theory, it can also be bullish, where you're building a 1 2 1 2 1 2, and you have a massive third explosive wave here to the upside. And then this Elliott wave scenario is now down the drain. Okay, now we go to scenario number 2. And if scenario 2 fails, we go to scenario number 3. And so we work out scenarios until we find the one that fits best for the current situation. So the scenario that I want to discuss with you guys now, and I want to see if I need to discuss, if I need to drop the alpha now, if I need to wait a little bit. Okay. Right, also, if I zoom into the 4 hour, let's just zoom out and take stock of where we are. Okay, let's just do a recap so we know exactly where we are. When I zoom into the structure, everything makes sense. We are still ranging, okay? We haven't lost the range. We have to acknowledge that we are still inside a range, okay? We are still inside the range, right? We are still inside the value area low and the value area high. Therefore, we are still ranging. We got rejected by the point of control. Okay, which is a high volume node. So during this entire range, for those of you that don't know, a point of control means that this is where the most amount of volume was traded. Okay, and it very often offers significant resistance and support. Resistance, support. Okay, if you guys can see through the colors over there, but you'll see the point of control is a great resistance and support line. So now we just have to take stock of where we are. Can this be, okay? Can this be? This is the one scenario that everyone is still watching, is to say that, well, can this be a 1, 2, 3 to the upside? Okay. This level I also mentioned during my update this morning. For those of you that paid attention, there's a daily level there. There's a 786, a 0.88 FIB level from the low to the high. And okay, so this Elliott wave scenario now failed. Now we have to look at different scenarios. So what I am currently watching over here is bad news and good news. Okay. Let me take the trends out here and explain the scenario. Let's go back onto the 1 hour. How did you get volume profile? Okay, cool. Volume profile. How did you get the volume profile? You go onto the 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth tab. Okay, it says fixed range volume profile, and then you can draw it from wherever you want, and it will show you wherever you draw it from the value area range inside of that area. Okay. If you guys want to know the settings, I'm giving away some alpha over here. If you want to know the settings, I'm going to draw it, show you the settings quickly, and you can take a screenshot of it and go make sure that your settings are exactly the same. Okay. Take a screenshot of this. Make sure that your settings are exactly the same if you want to use the fixed range profile. Volume fixed range profile. Okay. Right, and let's discuss this structure over here. You can see there's a little mini trend that I'm tracking over here. Okay, but let's get into it. Let's get into it. So what I am watching, okay, from a simplicity perspective, we thought we had a nice little bump and run. We had the breakout, expecting momentum to the upside. Now we're back below trend. So this is bearish, okay? But there's still a chance. You know, you have a fake out. It happens often. Trend line strategy breakout. For those of you that's traded with trend lines and used trend lines before, you know there's often fake outs, and then you get a dump and then the breakout happens, stopping out all the early longs, okay, and then only to break out where everyone is sick and tired of losing money. That's when the real breakout happens. Okay, cool. So what I want to take you guys through now, so from a Elliottian perspective, Elliott wave perspective, you know, and these Elliott wave traders call themselves Elliottians. Very fancy word. Okay. This is the scenario that I'm watching from a, let's start with the good news, from a bullish perspective. Okay. Right, it gets better. It gets better. Okay. Gets better. $80,000. Right. So what I'm looking at here, and the reason I say this is good and bad news, and I can now move this one, it is an expanding megaphone or an expanding diagonal. And the reason it's bad news is that expanding diagonals in Elliott wave theory are extremely rare. They don't often play out. They do play out, but you don't see them often. Okay, so in Elliott wave theory, or in the price of Bitcoin, it has happened a couple of times where you get expanding diagonals, and a leading diagonal is much more common. A leading diagonal is what I've just shown you guys, you know, where you basically have a move up and you range inside, it looks like a bull flag, okay, and then you break to the upside. That is a leading diagonal, very common in Elliott wave theory, and also in stock markets, commodities, whatever you like to trade. Okay, expanding diagonals are very rare, but this is the only bullish scenario we have left. This is the scary part. It is the only bullish scenario that we have left. If we fail this scenario, there are only bearish scenarios left. Okay, so this is the scary thing about this expanding diagonal that I'm showing you guys over here. And basically, an expanding diagonal is where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which then forms your first wave 1, and then you have an A, B, C, 2, and then you start forming bigger impulses to the upside. Okay, 3, 4, 5, right? And obviously I've just speculated on these levels above because I need wave 1 to be in and I need wave 2 to be in order to accurately calculate where wave 3 is going to end, right? And then once wave 3 is in, I will be able to calculate wave 4, and once wave 4 is in, I will be able to calculate wave 5, right? That is if the scenario plays out. So the good news is we still have a bullish scenario on the cards. The scenario that everyone was eyeing, including myself, okay, took a little bit of a lower probability, where we were looking at this as a 1, 2, 3 year to the upside. But then when I started counting this structure here to the upside, something didn't make sense. And the reason I thought it's going to be a leading diagonal where you have multiple 1, 2s, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you break out, is because the waves are allowed to overlap each other. Okay, but now that we've lost the structure, I cannot count impulses to the upside. So for a proper wave 1 to form to the upside, you have to count proper impulses to the upside that don't overlap each other. Okay, so this is basically I would say the highest probable bullish scenario that we have left. Okay, and it's all just a game of probabilities. There is definitely a chance that we can still do this, okay? It's just this scenario has a very low probability at the moment because of what happened over here. And when you look at Elliott wave theory, you can't just look at the price action over here or the price action over here. You have to look at the entire structure in order to determine what is going to happen. So for now, what I want to show you guys is I'm basically saying that if we lose this area over here, if we lose this area and we start claiming these lows over here, okay, then the bearish scenarios are going to start kicking in, and I'll share those bearish scenarios in a moment. But for now, let's share the good news. So bad news is this is a very rare structure in Elliott wave theory. Good news is it has happened on the price of Bitcoin. I have seen it a couple of times. They don't happen often. You see them like, if I have to put a date to it, for example, you see them like once every 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You see them once play out. Okay. But I was kind of thinking about the structure and I thought to myself, okay, well, perhaps, okay, when we got here, I saw everyone on social media, on X, on YouTube, the influencers, everyone just talking about the breakout here to the upside. The full moon has printed. We have negative funding rates. I just saw too many people bullish at this area, to be honest with you guys. And usually when social and the world and everyone is expecting a move to the upside, perhaps what the market makers will do is they will say that, well, okay, we are still going to give them bullish momentum to the upside, but we're going to give them a structure that is extremely rare, and we are going to scare the crap out of the retail investors. Okay, so now even from a technical perspective and from an Elliot wave and the Elliotician's perspective, they're now looking at the structure saying, oh crap, there's a very rare probability for the structure to play out. So perhaps we are going to go down to lower levels and claim the lows once again. Okay, so I am keeping this in mind from a perspective of perhaps because we are going to get massive momentum here to the upside, they are going to make it very difficult to get in. The market makers are here to trap us. They're here to take your money. Okay, a lot of people entered massive positions inside of this area and they either got liquidated or they are now biting their nails with a big hole in their account. Okay. Right, so this is basically the last line in the sand, ladies and gent. This for me is the last line in the sand, and it's the only bullish structure we have left that has a high probability. Okay, so basically how I would like this to play out, and it's still going to get a little bit confusing, is that if this is the end of wave 4 over here, you can see that I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if this is the end of the 4th wave over here, and it can still go a little bit lower. Okay, it can still go a little bit lower. I just don't want to see us claim the low. Okay, but for now we can still go up for a 5th wave. This is what I'm expecting. Then we're going to go down for a 2nd wave. Okay, you're making people bullish. You go grab all of this liquidity. There's massive liquidity above these highs. I can show you guys in a moment. You go and grab all the liquidity, and what happens? Everyone longs at this level. Okay, because people, and most probably here at the trend, when we break the trend again. Okay, the world is bullish again, and then we lose the level. Oh, the world is bearish again. What is happening? We have a full moon, all the bullish signs, and now we're back here at $64,000. What happened? Okay, and then drum roll, you know, guys, give me, I need to get something with a drum roll. And then the drum roll happens, and then you see this. Okay, to 78,000, give or take $78,000. Right, you then form a 4th wave, and then a final 5th wave here to the upside, grabbing the liquidity above number 3. So this is purely from an Elliott wave perspective, what I'm watching here at the moment, and basically the last high probable bullish scenario that I'm keeping an eye on. I hope that makes sense, legends. I hope you understand. I know this is extremely technical. Elliott wave theory is not easy. Okay, it really is not easy, and I'm trying to understand it or explain it as best as I possibly can, so that you guys can also plan for your trading setups. You know how to manage your risk, how to manage your positions, and also learn how to do this yourself. Okay. Right, let's say hi to the community over here before I carry on. Right, Alan Clark. Oh, I've already read that. Alan Clark, good evening. Good evening to you again, my man. Right, let's see what else is going on here. Correct, gracious, okay. How did Zoe get in the range volume profile? Gone through that. Okay, we are breaking down from the rising wedge. Yes, I have gone through that. And hi, Devil, how are you doing? I'm fantastic, Nags. Thanks, legend in the house. Okay, please, sir, how do you store your drawing in trade view at the right hand side of your screen? Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to tell you to go and Google that. Right, I'm not gonna have time to explain this in this live stream. Right, it's basically called an object tree, and you'll see here, okay, where you have your coins, you have alarms, and then you have your object tree. So you can go and build folders in there, store things, delete them, group them together. It helps to keep your charts nice and tidy, okay, so that I don't have to have everything on my chart, and then when someone looks at it, you know, I like to say a chef's kitchen needs to be clean. And you'll see a professional chef like Gordon Ramsay and the Naked Chef and all these famous chefs, they run clean kitchens. Okay, your chart needs to be clean. I only use what I need when I need it. Okay. Right, so please go and do research on it. There's many videos out there that shows you exactly how to do this and to optimize it and, yeah, save folders and go crazy over there. Right. Okay, thanks, Sir Gracia. Thank you so much. Hit the likes. Yes, guys, smash up the like. It helps the YouTube algorithm spread the video to new people that haven't seen the channel. So please smash up the like, show some love. And the one thing that I don't know if it will ever happen, I hope it happens one day, is that when I have, how many people do we have on the stream at the moment? Okay, we have 85 people here on the stream. The day I get exactly the same amount of likes during my live stream as the same amount of people that's viewing the video, I will do something crazy, and you guys can tell me what you want me to do. Must I shave my hair? Must I dye it purple? I will do something crazy, because I have never seen that happen during any YouTube update that I've ever watched. So if you guys can match the likes for the amount of people that is watching at the moment, you guys can put down in the comments and we can choose what crazy thing I need to do. And then once that happens during the next live stream, I will do it. I will definitely do that, because I've just never seen it happen. I mean, we've got, let me go check. We've got, let me just refresh this. Okay, we've got 50 likes and we've got 85 people viewing the live stream, 82 people viewing the live stream. Okay. Right, if this gets to the same amount of people, if I get the likes to exactly the same amount of people viewing, I will do something crazy. And you guys can let me know in the comments what I need to do. Okay. Right, hit the likes. Yes. Okay. Just I'm hoping it's going to happen, but also scared about the consequences. Right, okay, let's dive in. Will be amazing funny. Yes, I know it will be funny. And you guys can tell me, you want me to shave my hair, dye it purple, eat that stinky fish. Like, you guys can think of a thing you want me to do if that happens. Okay, cool. Smash up the like, let's go. Right, so this is the bullish scenario that I'm currently watching. Now what I want to do is, okay, so nice. We could hit $85,000 or $80,000 potentially. We can hit $85,000 if the scenario plays out. But you have to remember, and this is what I do, I need to be bearish as well. Okay, so when I switch this off, there's another scenario that I'm watching, and I need to zoom out a little bit for this scenario. Okay. I know it looks very complex, but I'm going to make it and explain it so simple for you guys over here. Okay, I am still looking, and this can definitely still play out at a larger WXY correction to the downside, and then we get the pump. Okay, and this can take us around about to $56,000, where this is starting to build impulses to the downside. Okay, where we're going to grab the liquidity and we're going to bounce around about here by the 1.236, which is at $56,700, give or take. Right, and then we will have an explosive move here to the upside. Based on all the bullish data, this probability has high probability, but not as high as I would say that it's 50-50, legends. It really is 50-50, because I'm trying to weigh up in my mind the bull moon that's printed, the negative funding rates. This can also be an ABC flat, right, which is completed at the moment. The structure does look solid here at the bottom. You've got 3 pivots testing the support over here. So maybe 60-50 for the bullish scenario, in favor of the bullish scenario. Okay, but I just want to share with you guys that this scenario can still play out. Okay, you don't have to understand all the corrective waves that I've counted in here, but a WXY is basically a multitude of ABC corrections, where you can see ABC, 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 and then AB. Wait, I counted something wrong here, but you get the point. Okay, you get the point. It's basically 3 wave structures inside of each W. W needs to have a 3-wave structure, X needs to have a 3-wave structure, Y needs to have a 3-wave structure. And this will typically end with an A, B, C here to the downside. 3-wave structure. 1, 2, 3-wave structure. Okay, to complete a WXY correction. So we are not out the woods as yet. So I just have to highlight bullish and bearish scenarios, because I don't want to be that YouTuber that tells people we're going to $80,000, and then when price is here, I sit with my finger in my nose and I'm like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Okay, We have to plan, and that is why risk management is so important. You cannot take your entire portfolio and try and long this area. What if this happens and you get liquidated? You have to apply good risk management. Okay, don't risk more than what you can afford to lose. I told everyone that I'm building a swing position over here, and I also told everyone, if I get stopped out, I don't care, right? If we bounce here, I get stopped out and we get acceptance back above inside of the range, I'm off to the races. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm back in the trade. Okay. Right. So what I want to do now is discuss this structure over here. Okay. I want to just quickly dive into this structure, and then we can go and have a look at all your favorite altcoins. Whatever you guys want to share in the comments, we can go through those ones. Some of them are looking like they want to go. They're looking like they want to go. Dexy. Ooh, it looks like we got a rejection. Dominance. Okay, we can go through those things in a moment. Let me go through some more comments over here. Will you give us a lesson about Elliot wave theory if the likes are the same as the views? That will be also good, also crazy good. Definitely, I will definitely. If you guys want the education session and I do a live stream and I basically just teach you about something that you would like to know, like Elliot wave theory, by all means, if that's going to happen. Okay, how many likes do we have? How many likes? Let's see. Let's refresh over here. 63, and we've got 104 people watching. Almost. Okay, cool. Right, let's go back into the charts. What I want to look at now is this structure over here, and also for those of you that's not trading on an exchange at the moment, you would like to diversify your risk or your portfolio, down in the description also the trading platforms or exchanges that I use. And I want to discuss something important over here as well, as I use Bybit, Blowfin and Mexi, and 30k bonus, or up to 30k bonus depending on how much you deposit and trade. 80k bonus with Blowfin. I'm really enjoying Blowfin at the moment, and there's some exciting things coming for Blowfin. Okay, you guys want to be part of this, and you will only be able to benefit from this if you've signed up with either myself or Andy's link for Blowfin over here. Right, no KYC required, and also Mexi at the moment, no KYC required. I have heard word in the street that they might soon be starting to KYC their customers, but I think Blowfin is a great alternative if you don't want a KYC at the moment. Right, then also technical analyst role for everyone watching. If you are good with technical analysis, you would like to join our team. I'm not saying you're going to be a YouTuber and make videos. You're going to support myself and Andy with technical analysis and the team, and go click here and fill out this form. Right, we're looking for a technical analyst. Can you do basic technical analysis on a chart? Can you draw a FIP? Can you show us where the 618 is? Do you see a trading setup potentially happening? Go and apply. If you want to be part of the crypto space full time, go and apply for this role, and then you can come and work alongside myself and Andy. Okay, so that's basically the admin out of the way. Let's get into what is happening over here. Okay, let's zoom into the 15-minute. Okay, so what I was looking at over here, okay, is a 5 impulsive wave to the downside, which is basically a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm hoping that this is the end. Okay, because if we're going to go down lower, then the bullish scenario starts diminishing at the moment. So what I do like about this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is potentially the end of the structure, is that the third wave generally, or most of the times, should have the highest amount of volume. And you can see the third wave has the highest amount of volume. The fifth wave, which takes us lower and grabs all of the early longs over here, has to have less volume. Okay, so far it looks good. It's respecting the rules. Nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The levels balance from a fib expansion perspective, and I'm hoping that this is now the end of the structure and we're going to start, recovering from here. Okay, but we can definitely still have another dip down, you know, just that nice little liquidity grab, and then we have the move up, depending on how many people long over here and how much liquidations are here. I have seen it often play out where Elliott wave counters will count this as a completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They go all in over here, Elliott wave traders, they go all, there's so much nice liquidity down there. Let me just do this and then I move up. They grab the liquidity and then they move up. Okay, I've seen that happen very, very often. Okay, so just be careful out there. Please do not just FOMO in here expecting higher prices to come and then you get a liquidity grab and then we get momentum to the downside, because this could also be further continuation to the downside. Okay, so always good risk management. How I measured the structure is we had a daily level that concerned me. If you look at this daily level over here, what I didn't like about this daily level is the fact that when you start closing candles below a daily level or on top of a daily level, okay, it usually screams continuation in that direction. So this to me was a retest for continuation in this direction. So this is still a bearish sign that we have broken a daily level, we have flipped it into resistance, and now we are moving down. So it does look very bearish at the moment, okay? We just have to acknowledge that fact. Although I've shown you the bullish Elliott wave scenario, I do not, guys, I just want to stress this to everyone, I do not trade Elliott waves. I use Elliott waves to give me levels that I can keep an eye on, levels of confluence, and I try and work out probabilities. Do we have a higher probability to move to the upside, or do we have a higher probability to move to the downside? I use Elliott waves as just another tick in my box for me to enter a trade. I do not trade Elliott waves. It's part of my strategy and just another tick box. Okay. Right. So for now, it looks good, because the one thing that I did measure here to the downside is a couple of things. So first thing was it this one? From the high to the low to the high. Okay. And this is what we need. So for me to turn bullish again, guys, for me to turn extremely bullish, I'm going to show you my bullish signal that I am watching for, okay, before I will enter a trade. I have my swing trades open, and I have opened up small little trades with very tight stop losses. If we find acceptance back above the 618, the 1.618, if we can find acceptance back above this level, I will turn bullish and I will say, okay, it looks like the scenario is starting to play out. Okay, this is my level that I'm watching over here, the 1.618, because the 1.618 is also considered a C wave target. So if this is a B, C here to the downside, it already extended past the 1.618, and this is the only concerning part about this structure for me. Is you can see how we found support, like we literally tapped it, we moved up, and then we broke down. Okay, and yeah, it does look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I just wanted to complete the fifth wave, but I will turn bullish once we get acceptance back inside of this level. Okay, that's where I will flip bullish, because there is still a possibility, okay, for the bearish scenario to play out. Remember the bearish scenario that I showed you guys, where we can go back to $57,000? There is still a scenario where this becomes a 1, and then we break back up, and people are like, wow, okay, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. 2, and it makes a massive third impulse to the downside. Okay, so there is still that scenario as well, and that is why risk management is so important. Okay, but this is for me a key level. I think the probabilities of switching bullish for me will be reclaiming this level, and then I don't want to see bearish CVD building up between these pivots over here. Okay, so if I see bearish CVD between these two pivots, and this is a 1, 2, 3 here to the downside, I'm going to be like, hang on, perhaps I need to take profits over here if I enter a long position here or here. Okay, right. Anything else that I've missed over here? So legends, this is basically the scenarios that I'm watching at the moment. This morning during my update, I said that, let me switch on my today analysis. Okay, and it's definitely still a possibility. I'm not ruling it out. I said, if we lose this area while we were still trading in here, I'm looking at the daily, okay, for a possible bounce. If we lose the daily, I'm looking at the value area low over here, which we've now tapped, okay. You really want to see us hold the value area low, okay, because there's also the trading theory from a range trade perspective that states that when you are inside of a range like this, okay, and I've said this many times and I will keep on saying it, when you get a deviation outside and we get acceptance back above, oops, I think I drew this wrong. I was like, yeah, no, I did draw it right. Okay, I think this level is at the wrong place. It just moved. Was it the time? It's a time frame. Sorry guys, it's the time frame. I'm like, why are these levels at completely different places over here? Let's do this. Just wait for it to load up. Okay, so we're not there yet. Has it changed? Did I do something different? Okay. Let me do this. My levels was at different places over here. Nonetheless, right, we have deviation outside, we get acceptance back above, and what you don't want to see is us losing the value area low. If we lose the value area low from a trading perspective or a range trading perspective, then you have a high probability of testing it as resistance and finding continuation to the downside. So we need to stay inside of the range. Okay, let's go through some comments over here, and perhaps we can start looking at some altcoins, some of you guys' favorite altcoins over here. Okay. What about Algo, Mr. Dievold? Algo, I took a beautiful trade here on Algo this morning. I took profits, some profits at the 618. I was expecting us to bounce at the 0.5 FIP level, where we are at right now. Okay. So this is the trade that I took. My entry was over here. Okay. And then obviously I was expecting a 1, 2. I didn't know that the 3 was going to go that high. I think we smashed through the 1.618 level, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, 1, 2. Right, almost tapped to 2.618. Okay, but there's this 0.618 level over here. I took some profits over here and I left some of the position open because, and the reason I left some of the position open, I was expecting for us now to perform or to complete a fourth wave, and I said that I don't want us to lose the 50% FIP level, and that is exactly where we are right now. Okay, so if this is a 1, 2, 3 year to the upside, the fourth wave, generally the maximum target for fourth wave is by the 50% FIP level. Okay, where I said, okay, well then I'm still expecting a fifth wave here to the upside to come and complete the structure. So I'm still waiting for this move. Okay, and definitely there's a possibility that it won't play out, and then we find continuation to the downside, and then this becomes an A, B, C. Okay, it's not a 1, 2, 3. You just never know. Right. Luckily, my position is, or my stop loss is in profits at the moment. So if I do get stopped out from this position, I still get stopped out in profit. And I've already taken profits over here as well. A little bit of profits over here. Right. Okay, cool. So this is basically the scenario that I'm watching here on Algorand at the moment. Okay, cool. What else? Please explain negative funding rate. Negative funding rate basically means, in a nutshell, as simply as I can put it, that longs, or there's more shorts in the market than longs. Okay, so when there's a negative funding rate, it basically means that there's a higher chance that price will move up because more people are shorting the market. Okay, there's lots of liquidity over here, there's lots of liquidity over here. So when there's a negative funding rate, that says that there's basically more people shorting than people longing the market. Okay, which then increases probabilities that you can move up rather than move down. Okay, that's in a nutshell the easiest way that I can explain it. Okay, what else? Nags, for Bitcoin value area low of the range is on the 0.618 FIP from the recent low to the recent high. Yes. Okay, let's see. Definitely. And I mean, we have made a little bit of a high since I've done this the last time. So from the low to the high. Ooh, beautiful. Okay. Nice confluence. So, I mean, legends, it's all just a game of probabilities. I'm not saying that this can't happen. I'm not saying that it can't happen. It purely from an Elliott wave perspective, there's a low probability of this happening. From an Elliott wave perspective, it says that if we're going to come back down this low, okay, this is most likely an impulsive structure to the downside. Okay, let me just quickly explain to you guys what I mean by impulses and corrections. When you start an impulse, it's referred to as a 5-wave impulsive wave to the upside. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1, that is 3, and that is 5. Those are your impulsive waves, and then you have a 4 and you have a 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an impulse to the upside, and there are rules associated with it. And then what you have is you have an A, B, C correction. So now you guys are getting a little bit of Elliott wave education over here. Okay, and the ABC correction does not come and take the low again, because the impulses are to the upside and the corrections are to the downside. And that's usually when this structure is complete. That's where people start drawing their trends. Okay, because now you have a wave, and then you bounce and you go and complete another wave. And then this wave also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see how you're building impulses. I think Solana is actually a very good example to show you guys. Let's go on Solana. Let's go on to the daily. Let me show you guys. Okay, so when you guys look at, I know it looks messy. I've been trading the crap out of Solana here in the past. I just need to go and clean this all up. I'll do that at a later stage. But the principle that I'm trying to get across over here is when you have impulses to the upside, okay, your corrections are shorter than your impulses from a momentum perspective. So you have in this structure over here, you'll see if you go zoom in, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you will have 1, 2, difficult. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But somewhere in there, sometimes you have to zoom into the structures to go and count the waves. Okay. And then you have an A, B, C. You have an A, B, C. Okay. A, B, C. Right. So when you have impulses to the upside, you're expecting more momentum to the upside. When the market starts turning, okay, so let's say this is the end of Solana. It's going to start correcting from here. It starts building impulses to the downside and corrective structures to the upside. So what it will do is it will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Okay, do you guys get the picture? So what we don't want Bitcoin to do, this is the point that I'm trying to drive across, is to say that we don't want to start building impulses to the downside. Okay, we want to have corrective structures to the downside, because once we start building impulses to the downside, the probabilities then shifts to say that this can then be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see now the market is starting to reverse, and we're going to go down to much lower prices because the momentum is shifting. You're getting impulses to the downside and you're getting corrective structures to the upside. So we really want Bitcoin to continue impulses here to the upside. We will have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we don't want this to be a corrective structure to the upside. We really want this to be impulsive to the upside, and this is basically what everyone is waiting for at the moment. From an Elliott wave perspective, the Elliotticians out there and the macro traders and everyone out there, is we just praying and hoping that this is an impulsive structure that we are building here and not a corrective structure. Because if this is impulsive, right, and not corrective, if this is the start of an impulsive wave, you could have a scenario where you do move up and then you fall down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm just trying to get the point across. Now you guys understand the difference between impulses and corrective structures. Okay, let's go through some comments over here. HBAR, please. I will have a look at HBAR, but I mean, it is absolutely pumping. Well, it had a nice little dump now to the downside. Where is Mr. HBAR? Mr. HBAR is over here. Right. Not easy to chart. Guys, I'll be honest with you guys. When you see pumpy action like this, you know, you sit on your hands, you wait for a range to form. Okay, this range to me, I would like to see more of a range. It's here on the 15-minute. I would like to see more of a range form over here. It is difficult to analyze price action when it's just absolutely pumping to the upside. I want to see a range. I want to see more of a range forming where you can draw a trend. You can maybe see where it's getting supported. I can already see where it's getting supported over here. So I will try and make sense of it. But I mean, we have to acknowledge, you know, on higher time frames, this is very difficult to trade. Okay, this is where people FOMO. This is where people get liquidated. Okay, I like to trade price action like this. It makes more sense. I can measure levels. This was just an euphoric pump here to the upside where retail jumped in because of the BlackRock news that came out, and it's just difficult to analyze at the moment. You can, however, speculate. Okay, so the speculation is that you take a fib from the low to the high, and you start looking for some golden areas, and you can see we are now at the 618 level. Okay, and usually after an impulse, that is a good load up zone. Okay, so you want to see us continue and start breaking out here, but I mean, it can still take a while. It can still take a while before you see the momentum to the upside. Okay, it's just been an absolute retail pump here to the upside, everyone FOMOing into this trade. And I would personally, because I have to be honest with you guys, the 1 hour time frame is my favorite time frame to trade, and based on what I'm seeing on the 1 hour, I'm not seeing enough price action to tell me what to do. Okay, then you have to start going into smaller time frames so that you can see, well, do I see a trend? You know, can I play a breakout? And perhaps the obvious one to play over here. Ooh. So yeah, perhaps the one to play is over there. I like to put it on the wicks. It prevents fake outs to the upside. And then I also like this. Look at how beautifully that connects. Okay, pivot, resistance or support. You broke down. Okay, so this is perhaps the golden trend line to track over here is on the 10-minute time frame over here that I've got it on, is to say that you put an alarm on your trend. I mean, there's not much else that you can do from a trading perspective over here. I am acknowledging that we are finding support. Like I always tell you guys, look to the left for the resistance and support areas, and it looks like we are finding support at this level, which is at the 0.618. So perhaps this will be the momentum that breaks out. Yeah, just keep an eye on this trend, put an alarm, and observe the price reaction when we break out here. You want to see some high green volume kicking in. Manage your risk properly. Please don't risk more than what you can afford to lose over here. But this is the simplest trade that I can basically work out here on HBAR at the moment. If you feel that you've missed out and you didn't FOMO in, but you would like to get into HBAR, I think this is kind of the only strategy that I see here at the moment, unless you have a DCA strategy where you have a spot bag and you are, with every little dip, you're just adding a little bit because maybe you didn't add over here. Okay, I do have a spot bag of HBAR. Spot bag, no swing positions or trading positions. I only have a spot bag of HBAR. Not a big bag, but a bag nonetheless. So I've benefited from this move here to the upside, but I mean, now I'm down 30%. It's fallen. Okay, 34%, and now at the moment 30%. So yeah, I was down, I was up 77%. Now I'm down 30% again. So it is what it is, right? It's a spot bag. I'm holding it for the next bull cycle, and I'll just keep on adding with the dips. But I'm not adding over here because my entry price is over here. There's no ways that I'm adding in this zone. Okay, but from a trading perspective, just keep an eye on this trend over here. Okay, cool. I hope that makes sense. Pepe, you want to go through Pepe? Let's have a look for the legends in Pepe. Let's have a look at Pepe. Meme coin, Loki, Bonk. What else have I got here? Pepe. What happened to Pepe over here? I want to see something on the daily time frame. 1, 2, 3. Just want to see something else over here. Okay, legends, it's one of two things. It does look, and I mean, please don't quote me on this, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Can this be the fifth wave where you grab the liquidity, okay, and then you make a larger ABC to the downside? It's kind of what I'm seeing on the price of Pepe on the daily time frame. Okay, so, but this could also be an ABC, so that's why you have to have good risk management. Okay, if you've missed the pump, guys, if you've missed the pump, don't FOMO in. Okay, I just want to see on smaller time frames what is happening over here. Okay, I'm on the logarithmic. Nobody really trades the logarithmic, so I mean, you've missed the breakout. Okay, that's where you wanted to get in. Okay, now you wait for you don't FOMO into a trade, you wait for the consolidation. What I then usually do is, when I apply then my one line trade strategy that I always tell you guys about, is I go into the smaller time frames. Okay, let's see what is happening over here. Okay, I mean, look at this. So that's why I always tell people, please do not FOMO into trades. When you start zooming into smaller time frames and you want to do a couple of scalps, okay, I call this scalp trading. You in and out, make your money, you move on, right? I mean, look at this beautiful trend that we broke over here. So you have the breakout, okay, you missed it, and then like, oh crap, now what? And then you wait for a consolidation. Wait for the consolidation, because 9 out of 10 times it's going to give you a nice little trend, and you play the breakout over there. You manage your risk, and now you have an explosive move here to the upside. Also, it happened here. Okay, you had a trend. It's a very ugly trend because it has a lot of wicks to the up and to the downside. Not very pretty at all. And but nonetheless, it was a breakout to the upside. Now what I would like to see is perhaps this is the new trend that is forming. Okay, perhaps that is the trend that is forming. I like a trend with at least 3 touches. So the fact that it has 2, it does mean that it can still do this maybe, and then it goes down, and then perhaps that is your trend. Okay, and then price consolidates, it taps it again, and then it breaks out. Okay, so that 3 touches. But also definitely a possibility, if that is the trend, you are going to see you'll see a breakout. Okay, maybe taps it and you have a breakout to the upside. So if you feel that you've missed the pump here on Pepe, just wait for this range to form. Wait for price to show you the way. Okay, wait for your trade. And you know, often what I say about trading is that you have to be patient. You have to sit on your hands sometimes. You have to be patient. Okay, right. I will be honest with you guys, there are very, very few coins that I day trade. I am not that type of person that jumps into every single altcoin and try and day trade it. There's a big difference between investing from a spot perspective, between day trading, and between swing trades. Okay, swing trades, I will open up on multiple coins. I don't care. They look obvious. They look like they're juicy. They've had a nice little dump to the downside. I will start opening up swing positions on like 10 or 20 altcoins. I don't mind. That is easy to do for me. And you keep them open for a week or 2 or 3 days, depending on how long and where you've set your profit targets. Like what happened with Alga over here. That was a swing trade that I opened. Low leverage. I think I used 2.5x leverage with this trade. 3 or 2 between there, low leverage, low capital. That's what I will use here on Algo. For my day trading, where I get in and out of the market on a daily basis, taking profits to the upside, taking profits to the downside, I can be a bull and a bear in one day. Okay, yeah, I'm a bear, yeah, I'm a bull, then I'm a bear, then I'm a bull, then I'm a bear. Okay, right, now I'm still slightly bullish, hoping that this scenario and this level can hold over here, and then maybe tomorrow we get a bounce here, maybe we reject by the daily, then I short the market again, and then I see, okay, we bounce now here and we made a double bottom, nice double bottom, we got acceptance back inside, then I long again. I only do that on Bitcoin. Okay, and I like Bitcoin because it's mature, it respects Elliott wave theory, it respects daily levels, it respects weekly levels. It's so much more analysis and trading strategies can be applied to Bitcoin because it has a mature or a bigger market cap, and it's not as easy manipulated as some of the altcoins. Okay, you can go and try. I challenge anyone, go put a daily level on any of your favorite altcoins and you will see it does not get respected. It smashes and chops through it like it doesn't even exist. Okay, right. And so and I also say that you build a relationship with the coin that you are trading from a day trading perspective, because you start noticing its behavior, its movements. Okay, and yeah, and when you have 20, 30 altcoins that you want to get in and out of every single day, you don't have a relationship with any of those coins. You don't know if they like fake outs, if they prefer a 382 fib level, if they always bounce on the 786. You will see, like, you start learning the personality of the coin. You know, just by looking at the price action, okay, that's going to be a fake out, or perhaps it's going to bounce there on the weekly level. And, you know, you just start creating that relationship with the coin. And if you, that person that trade 20 different altcoins every single day, I can almost guarantee you that you are not a profitable, successful day trader year after year, month after month. I haven't seen that. Okay, you need to pick a coin and build a relationship with it, because I can guarantee you I don't need any of the other altcoins to make consistent profits every month to the upside. I only need Bitcoin. Okay. Right, that is my education session for today. Let's see, what else? FET. Let's go look at FET here quickly for the legend. Let's go look at FET. Let's just zoom out. Ooh, I have analyzed this one before. Okay, this can definitely be, like I've shown you guys already here, this can definitely be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are now building a corrective structure. Okay, we are building a corrective structure where this will become a 1, 2, 3 here to the upside. What I would like to just show you guys over here is that I like to use, in this scenario, I would like to use the time fib as well. Okay, so when you take your time fib, and this is the start of the structure, okay, where you had 1, 2, 3, 4, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what I would like to do is just measure how long this correction can still last. That is a very, very, very long time. Okay, I just want to see how long these corrective structures lasted over here. Okay, so it likes the 0.618 level. Okay, so basically what I'm measuring over here is to say that how long did the impulse last and how long did the corrective structure last. And here you can see that the impulse and the correction was 61% of the impulse. So I'm trying to learn the personality of the coin. This is what I'm trying to do. Okay, I'm trying to learn the personality, because you'll see, depending on which altcoin you are trading, it will have a different personality, where even from a time fib perspective, it turns around at certain places. Okay, so if the favorite time frame is the 0.618, I just want to stress that this correction can still last up until 5th of July. Okay, if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this correction can still last. Okay, and it can go deeper as well. Till the 5th of July, where you will see a breakout to the upside, purely based on how it's behaving over here. Okay. Right. So from a larger time frame perspective, that is what I'm seeing here on FET. Is Bitcoin dumping? Why? It now makes this bullish scenario. Oof. How much lower? Okay, I don't want to see us take that low. It would be nice if we can just get a recovery now, because it's going to make this last bullish case scenario a little bit difficult. Okay. Legends, if we're going to fall down lower here, right, it does look like we're going to start building impulses, and that's concerning. You might bounce here on the value area low, which is also the 618, only to make a lower high for continuation to the downside. Okay, we need to slow down where we are right now, because the further we move down, the higher the probability for this bullish case scenario to not play out. Okay. We need to slow down. We need to stop. We need to keep the structure intact. Okay, remember what I told you guys. You grab the liquidity below the lows. Is this the moment where we're going to turn around? Okay. I'd like to get acceptance back above that week over there. Right, let's just jump quickly here back to FET. Obvious trend line that I will keeping an eye on. Okay, just keep an eye on that trend. Obviously, it looks like we have flipped. It does look like we have flipped this area into support. Okay, can it hold? Can it hold? Right, needs to hold. It needs to hold. Otherwise, we're going to flip it into resistance and come back down. Okay. What else? If we break 60k, do you think we will go back into all-time high? There is a possibility. Okay, there's definitely a possibility. Like I've explained, and perhaps you missed the beginning session of the stream, is to say that, well, if I go onto the 4-hour, the bearish case scenario that I'm still watching over here is to say, I'm just trying to clean this up quickly here, is to say, here's my bearish scenario, which is a larger WXY structure, but basically, looking at the structure, if we find more downwards momentum here to the downside, it increases the probabilities of this playing out. Okay, is to say that we have a WXY, and then we can still go and claim the all-time high. Okay, after this WXY structure has played out. Okay, but I want price to slow down here. It needs to, otherwise the expanding scenario that I've shown you guys here is gaining lower probabilities. So for this structure to remain bullish, we need to slow down where we are right now. Okay, if we fall down further, then it could be a lower high, and then you start building momentum here to the downside, where you then have a 1, 2, 3, and you complete here the Y wave at estimated $56,791. But it can extend to the 1.618 at $51,000. Okay, so let's just look to the left and see, do we have confluence? Oh, look at where the 1.618 level is, legends. Okay, you can see, well, if this structure, sorry, let me just do that. If the structure had to play out, okay, if the structure had to play out, this is where I need to stop doing that. Okay. Grab the pen. This is where we will find support. Okay, the 1.236 is a common C wave and a Y wave target. This is the common bouncing place, which is also in this little consolidation over here, that if we do find downwards momentum, definitely a bouncing area for us to come and claim the all-time highs again. If we lose this level, then 1.618 inside of this consolidation area over here. So I just want to highlight the bearish scenarios as well, since I am seeing the price dropping over here. Okay, we need to stop. We need to stop. I wanted to look at CVD quick. Perhaps CVD will give us a clue. Let me just grab it here from this screen. $15-minute. Let's see what's happening here. Let me refresh it. Okay. From the low, just trying to see, there's bullish CVD building. Okay, that's a good sign. We just need to turn around, but I don't see anything on blue yet. So we only have one confirmation. So we have bullish CVD on yellow. Okay, higher low in price. lower low on CVD, which is bullish at the moment. But if blue can get there as well, if blue can fall down a little bit and we have bullish CVD on both blue and yellow, that will just give us that double confirmation that we are potentially going to start turning around. Okay, right, legends, that is unfortunately all I have time for today. Sorry I couldn't get to all the comments. I have run out of time, unfortunately. We've been on here for over an hour and you just lose track of time. There's so much more that I wanted to show you guys over here. As always, guys, here's the exchanges that I use, link down in the description below, for you to sign up and benefit from the best deals. Also, the technical analyst role, if you would like to apply, come and work for us, be a full-time crypto employee, chart, you know, analyzing the charts. Go and click on this form, fill it out, send us your application, come and work beside myself and Andy. It's, you know, a great team to work for. And that is basically all I have time for today. Donkey, it's absolute plezier. Thank you so much. It was nice. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Please smash up the like on your way out. I unfortunately, guys, let's just do another check over here. I unfortunately did not get... Okay, let's see here. Let's refresh. How many likes are there? Oops. Let's go back. How many likes are there? 100 likes? 138 people viewing. Okay. So the crazy thing is not happening yet, and we will try during every stream to see that can we get the likes the same as the people viewing the stream. And when that happens, I will do something absolutely crazy. Right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching. Until the next one. Cheers for now.